My girlfriend said, I told my parents we're engaged without asking me. I said, congratulations. Then I showed up to their family dinner with a ring for someone else. Her mother nearly fainted when I made the announcement. I, 29 male, was dating Jessica, 27, for about 18 months. Things were decent, not perfect, but comfortable. We had our issues, mainly her need to control every aspect of our relationship and her obsession with hitting relationship milestones on her predetermined timeline. 2 weeks ago, she dropped a bomb while we were having coffee. So I told my parents we're engaged, she said, stirring her latte like she'd just mentioned the weather. I nearly choked on my espresso. You what? They kept asking when you were going to propose. And honestly, it was getting embarrassing. We've been together long enough. I told them you proposed last weekend. Jessica, we've never even discussed marriage. She waved her hand dismissively. We're basically there anyway. You just need to catch up mentally. Besides, they're planning a big family dinner next Saturday to celebrate. Everyone will be there, aunts, uncles, cousins from out of state. I sat there, processing the absolute audacity. You created a fake engagement without asking me. It's not fake. It's just preemptive. You'll propose soon anyway. This just speeds things up. And if I don't? She laughed. Actually laughed. Don't be ridiculous, Brett. Where else are you going? You're almost 30. It's time to grow up. I took a deep breath, counted to 5, then said, congratulations on your engagement. She beamed. See, I knew you'd come around. I didn't correct her assumption about what I meant. That night, I went home and did some serious thinking. Jessica had always been pushy, but this was next level. Creating a fake engagement. Planning my life without my input. Expecting me to just go along with it. Then I thought about Megan. Megan, 26, was my coworker who'd become a close friend over the past year. Smart, funny, actually listened when I talked. We'd grab drinks a few times after particularly rough days at work. Nothing inappropriate. I was with Jessica, after all. But there was definitely a connection we both pretended didn't exist. I made a decision. Maybe not my finest moment, but Jessica wanted to play games. Game on. Update 1. The last few days have been interesting. First, Jessica went into full bridezilla mode despite not actually being engaged. She started a Pinterest board called Our Dream Wedding and shared it with me. 347 pins in 3 days. She also started wearing a fake engagement ring she bought herself. Told everyone I was getting it resized. Her mom, Dorothy, called me directly. Brett, I'm so happy. Jessica said you did the most romantic proposal at the botanical gardens. Did she now? Yes, though she said you were too excited to take photos. You must recreate it so we can share with everyone. The family is so excited for Saturday's dinner. Jessica's grandmother is flying in from Arizona. Great. An audience. Meanwhile, I had lunch with Megan on Tuesday. Told her everything. She did what? Megan almost spit out her sandwich. She just decided you're engaged. Yup. Already has our kids' names picked out too, apparently. Showed me a list. Brett, that's insane. That's like, genuinely concerning behavior. I know. We sat in silence for a moment. Wanna hear something crazy? I asked. Crazier than your fake engagement. I was thinking about breaking up with her before this happened. This just sealed it. Megan looked at me carefully. Yeah. She doesn't actually see me, you know. She sees this idea of who she wants me to be. Husband by 30. Father by 32. Her whole life planned out with me as a supporting character. You deserve better than that. I know. I think I finally know that. There was a pause. Then Megan said something that changed everything. My ex did something similar. Not as extreme. But he told his whole family we were moving in together without asking me. Even put a deposit on an apartment. What did you do? Showed up to his family barbecue with a U-Haul to help my actual roommate move. His mom was very confused when I introduced my new female roommate. We both laughed. Then I had an idea. A terrible, wonderful, probably going to hell idea. Megan, how would you like to come to a family dinner on Saturday? As your friend. As my girlfriend. She raised an eyebrow. You want me to pretend to be your girlfriend at your fake fiancé's family dinner? No. I want to actually ask you out. For real. And if you say yes, I want you to come to dinner where I'll be breaking up with Jessica and telling her family the truth. That's insane. Petty. Cruel. I was going to say bold. She grinned. Also, yes to all three. But Jessica started this game. So. I've been waiting for you to be single for 8 months, Brett. Yes. Update 2 Saturday arrived like a hurricane in slow motion. Jessica had texted me 31 times with instructions for the dinner. What to wear. She'd picked out a blue button-down for me. What to say. She'd written talking points. What ring size to mention. She'd helpfully included her measurements. I wore a black shirt instead. Small rebellion. But it felt good. At 4 p.m. I picked up Megan. She looked amazing. Professional. But not overdressed. She'd also brought something interesting. A small jewelry box. What's that? You'll see. It was my grandmother's. Think of it as a prop for maximum impact. We drove to Jessica's parents' house. The driveway was packed. She wasn't kidding about the whole family being there. I could see balloons through the window. Congratulations banner across the porch. Last chance to back out, I told Megan. Are you kidding? This is the most interesting Saturday I've had in years. Jessica met us at the door. Her face went from excited to confused to furious in about 2 seconds. Who is this? This is Megan. Your coworker. She said it like the word tasted bad. My girlfriend. The silence was deafening. Then Jessica laughed. That same dismissive laugh from the coffee shop. Very funny, Brett. Stop joking around and come in. Everyone's waiting. She turned to Megan. I don't know what he told you, but this is a family event. I know. Megan said cheerfully. Brett invited me to meet everyone. Jessica grabbed my arm, her nails digging in. Kitchen. Now. We left Megan in the foyer and went to the kitchen where Jessica absolutely exploded. What the hell are you doing? Breaking up with you. What? You can't break up with me. We're engaged. My whole family is here. We're not engaged, Jessica. You made that up. You decided to lie to your family without asking me. It wasn't a lie. It was just advancing the timeline. It was a lie and I'm done. I'm gonna go out there, tell your family the truth and leave. He wouldn't dare. Watch me. I started to leave but she grabbed me again. I'll tell everyone you're having a mental breakdown. That you're unstable. They'll believe me over you. Okay. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Tell them whatever you want after I leave. I walked back to the living room where about 20 people were gathered. Dorothy rushed over. Brett, we were wondering where you were. Tell. And who's your friend? The room quieted down. Jessica appeared behind me, her face red but trying to smile. Everyone, I said, loud enough for all to hear. I need to clear something up. Jessica and I are not engaged. Gasps. Confused murmuring. Dorothy's smile froze. I never proposed. Jessica told you all I did without discussing it with me. She created this entire narrative without my knowledge or consent. That's not. Jessica started. This is Megan, I continued, taking Megan's hand. My girlfriend. My actual girlfriend who I asked out after I decided to end things with Jessica. The room exploded. Jessica's dad stood up. Her grandmother dropped her wine glass. Dorothy looked like she might faint. But here's where Megan earned her place in the Hall of Fame. She stepped forward, opened the jewelry box, and pulled out a vintage ring. Actually, Brett and I have something to announce. She got down on one knee. In front of Jessica's entire family. At Jessica's fake engagement party. Brett Morrison. Will you marry me? The room went dead silent. I could hear my heart pounding. This wasn't planned. Megan had gone completely off script. I looked at Jessica. Her mouth was opening and closing like a fish. Yes, I said. The chaos that erupted was biblical. Update 3. The aftermath was intense. First, let me clarify. Megan and I aren't actually engaged. That was pure theater on her part. The ring was her grandmother's. But she was just borrowing it for impact. We are actually dating now, though. Turns out pretending to get engaged at your ex's fake engagement party is one hell of a first date story. But back to Saturday night. After Megan's surprise proposal, Dorothy actually did faint. Like, full-on swooned into her husband's arms. Jessica screamed. Not words, just a primal shriek of rage. Her dad started yelling about disrespect and cruel jokes. Jessica's cousin filmed the whole thing. It's already got 2 million views on TikTok. We left immediately, obviously. But not before Jessica's grandmother grabbed my arm and whispered, "Good for you, son." Jessica's been lying about boyfriends since high school. The drive home was surreal. Megan was laughing so hard she cried, ruining her mascara. "I can't believe you did that," I said. "I can't believe you said yes." What was I supposed to say? You really committed to the bit. We got dinner at a 24-hour diner. Still high on adrenaline. That's when my phone started blowing up. 62 missed calls, 89 texts. Dorothy, 15 missed calls. Random family members, 30+ texts. Some highlights. "You ruined my life. That stunt was cruel and abusive. I'm going to sue you for emotional distress. Everyone thinks I'm a pathological liar now. Answer your phone. I know you're reading these. Megan is ugly. I was going to break up with you anyway. Please call me. I'm sorry, okay. You humiliated me. My grandmother flew here for nothing. Brett, what you did was unconscionable. Jessica is devastated. You've traumatized our entire family." But my favorite was from Jessica's sister Riley, who I'd met twice. Well, Jessica finally got called out. She told everyone she was pregnant at my wedding to steal attention. This was karma. Sunday morning, Jessica showed up at my apartment, banging on the door at 7 a.m. "Brett, open this door. We need to talk." I opened it but kept the chain on. "No, we don't. You owe me an apology." For what? For humiliating me. For bringing that woman to my celebration. You mean the fake celebration for the fake engagement you created without asking me? It wasn't fake. We were going to get engaged. No, Jessica. You decided we were getting engaged. You never asked what I wanted. Because I knew what was best for us. And that right there is why we're done. She tried a different approach. Tears. "Brett, please. I love you. We can work this out." "No. I'll go to therapy." "Good. You should. But not for me. For yourself. I already told everyone at work we're engaged." "Then you'll have to untell them. This is all that bitch Megan's fault." "No, Jessica. This is your fault. You lied. You manipulated. You tried to trap me into an engagement. Megan just helped me show your family who you really are." She switched back to anger. "I'm going to destroy you. I'll tell everyone you're abusive. I'll call your job. Jessica. You announced a fake engagement. You have zero credibility. Also, your cousin's TikTok video pretty clearly shows what actually happened." That's when she really lost it. Started screaming about lawsuits, defamation, emotional distress. I closed the door and called building security. They escorted her out. Then came Monday. Today. Jessica tried to file a restraining order against me. For emotional abuse and harassment. The officer who came to serve me the paperwork actually laughed when I showed him the texts and the TikTok video. "Sir, she created a false engagement. And you broke up with her at dinner?" "Pretty much. And she's filing against you?" "Yup." He shook his head. "You'll want to counterfile. This is clearly retaliatory." Jessica also called my workplace. Told HR I was mentally unstable and dangerous. Unfortunately for her, Megan works in HR. She pulled the recording of the call. Jessica explicitly said I'm his fiancé multiple times. When HR checked our emergency contacts, Jessica wasn't even listed. My boss called me in, more amused than concerned. So, interesting weekend. You could say that. The woman who called seemed very upset about your engagement to someone else. She was never my fiancé. She told people we were engaged without asking me. That's concerning behavior. Hence why I'm now dating Megan from HR instead. Smart move. Also, legal says if she calls again, we're filing harassment charges. Final update. It's been a week since what Megan and I now called the dinner. Jessica's restraining order was thrown out. The judge literally said, "Ma'am, you created a fraudulent engagement and are now harassing your ex for leaving you." Case dismissed. She tried to counterfile for defamation because of the TikTok video. Her own cousin, who filmed what actually happened. The lawyer she consulted told her she had no case and charged her $500 for the consultation. Dorothy called me one last time. "Brett, I need to apologize. Riley told us about other times Jessica has done things like this. We enabled her. I'm sorry you got caught up in it. Thanks, Dorothy. I hope Jessica gets help. She's in therapy now. Court mandated after she vandalized Megan's car. Oh yeah, didn't mention that. Jessica found out where Megan lived and spray-painted homewrecker on her Honda Civic. In bright pink. In front of 3 security cameras. Megan's pressing charges, obviously. The vandalism that Jessica arrested. She spent a night in jail before Dorothy bailed her out. She's looking at criminal mischief charges and has to pay for the damages. About $3,000 for a new paint job. But the best part? Jessica's company saw the TikTok video. Someone tagged them. They have a social media morality clause. Creating a fake engagement and the subsequent meltdown apparently violated it. She got fired. Last I heard, she moved back in with her parents. Still posting on Instagram about surviving narcissistic abuse and healing from trauma. She also started a blog called When Love Bombing Goes Wrong, where she's trying to spin herself as the victim. It has 4 readers. All family members. Meanwhile, Megan and I are doing great. Taking things slow, despite our dramatic engagement. We laugh about it constantly. Her grandma wants the ring back, though. Turns out it's worth like $15. Megan just grabbed it for the drama, not knowing its value. My buddies think I'm a legend. My mom thinks I'm an idiot. Both are probably right. Looking back, could I have handled it better? Sure. Could I have just quietly broken up with Jessica and moved on? Absolutely. But she created an entire fictional engagement. Told her whole family. Planned to trap me into a marriage I never agreed to. She played a stupid game and won a stupid prize. The TikTok is up to 5 million views now. Someone added the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme to it. Jessica's shriek when Megan pulled out the ring has become a meme. There's already merch. Megan's thinking about getting t-shirts made. I proposed at my boyfriend's fake engagement party, and all I got was this restraining order. Proceeds would go to a domestic violence shelter. Because unlike Jessica, we know what actual abuse looks like. Do I regret it? Nah. Jessica thought she could manipulate me into her perfect little life plan. She learned that some people don't follow scripts. Plus, I've got a great girlfriend now who understands that relationships require 2 people's input, not one person's fantasy. Though we've agreed, no more surprise proposals. Real or fake? Edit. Since everyone's asking, yes, the cousin monetized the TikTok. She's donating Jessica's portion to an honesty and relationships workshop. Jessica threatened to sue her too. The cousin laughed. Edit 2. Megan says hi. She's reading over my shoulder and laughing at your comments. Her favorite. This is the most justified reverse Uno card I've ever seen. Edit 3. No, we're not actually engaged. We've been dating exactly 1 week. Though Megan jokes that we're pre-engaged just to mess with people. Peace out, Reddit. Thanks for reading this insanity. Remember, if someone tries to plan your life without your input, run. Or bring a +1 with a ring. Your choice.